Second of all, for Sam, look at what Luke 19:40 says. I tell you, he replied, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. Stones will cry out according to the New Testament. Do the stones have minds? Isaiah 55:12, you will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Does that mean that the hills and the trees have minds? Sam, explain that.
Come and address. Guys, you see how desperate Daniel is? And he's talking about, we're evading the topic. Read Luke 19:38-40. Let me show you the context as my time is fleeting. There, Jesus is being praised by children, and the scholars are saying, rebuke them. He goes, well, if they were silent, even the stones will cry out. Anyone with any common sense, but I understand it's hard for them to read a text in its literary context. He's using hyperbole, that even if they don't praise me, creation will praise me. That's exactly the context of the Psalms. The psalmist, which is poetic literature, is personifying creation to show that all creation glorifies God, because creation is a testimony to the greatness and existence of God. Nice try with that false analogy, but I want him now, when I engage you, when I ask you, so are you saying to me that when the hadith, not your Quran, says that the surahs will intercede with Allah, that's not literal? Are you saying to me when the Quran will intercede with Allah, that's not literal? I hope you say that. And on top of that, what do you do with the hadith where it says the trees greeted your prophet, stones greeted your prophet, and at the last day, a stone will cry out saying, hey, there's a Yahud behind me coming. Are you going to allegorize those statements, Daniel Hakikachu? I hope not, because I'm going to have a field day at your expense. And what are you going to do with chapter 47, verse 22 of the Quran? When you go to Bukhari, your prophet says there's a primordial rahim, womb, that yanked on your God's, and he said, stop, stop. Are you going to allegorize that too? The fact that your God has loins, the fact that there is a womb yanking on his, which is actually in Bukhari, cited even in Ibn Kathir. You're comparing apples and pineapples because the debate is over. You can't defend your irrational, incoherent Salafi babble. And yes, I know you don't want to say the hand is literal in the sense that it's a hand like my hand. But I want to hear you from your own mouth, Daniel. Are you telling me that Allah's hand is a metaphor for power? I want to hear it. Are you going to say, Billah Kayf? It's a hand. We know it's a hand. It's unlike anything. We don't know how, but it's a hand. Because your God is not the true God. Your God is the figment of Muhammad's imagination.